everyone, I am Beverly Iroa and our topic is all about choosing books and reading materials in teaching literature. Before anything else, allow me to read and present our learning outcomes. First, identify the factors related directly to students in choosing books and reading materials in teaching literature. Second, determine the aspects related to the teachers in choosing books and reading materials in teaching literature. Let's start with the factors related directly to students. First, students' level. The instructor needs to be aware of the student's level and acknowledge that fact when selecting the materials for reading class. So when choosing reading materials for a class, it's important for the instructor to know the student's abilities and knowledge. This means picking texts that match their reading skills and understanding. So if the material is too hard for students, students might get frustrated. And if it's too easy, they might get bored. So the right level keeps them engaged and helps them learn effectively. Second is students' interest. Material that the students are likely to be interested. So when selecting reading materials, it's important to consider what topics or themes the students find interesting. This means choosing texts that relate to their hobbies, experiences, or current trends they enjoy. And engaging materials can make reading more enjoyable and can also motivate students to participate actively in class. So for example, if students are interested in sports, stories, or articles about famous athletes, it might capture their attention and encourage them to read more. The third one is students' needs. So the teacher should be aware of the students' needs to be able to help them fulfill these needs by providing appropriate materials. So understanding the students' need is essential for effective teaching. So this means recognizing their learning goals, their challenges, and their preferences. So by being aware of these needs, a teacher can select materials that support their development and address any gaps in their knowledge. So for example, if students need to improve their vocabulary, the teacher might choose texts with rich language and provide activities focused on word learning. And tailoring materials to meet students' needs helps them progress and feel more confident in their abilities. And the last one is the student's background knowledge. So the instructor must be familiar with the student's background knowledge. And instructors or teachers should know what their students already understand and have learned before. So this helps in choosing materials that build on what students know, making it easier for them to learn new things. So for example, if students have learned about basic science concept, the teacher can introduce more advanced topics that connect to those basics. This way, learning feels more connected and meaningful for the students. Let's proceed to the aspects related to the teachers. First, teachers should use activities that encourage students' communication and relate to their life. So the activities that promote communication help students practice language skills in a meaningful context. So when these activities relate to students' lives, they become more engaging and relevant, offering a deeper connection to the material. Second, use pre-reading while reading and after reading activities. So in pre-reading activities, this prepares students for the text, activating prior knowledge and setting a purpose for reading. Examples include discussing key vocabulary or predicting content. Second, while reading activities, this keeps students engaged and help them monitor comprehension. Techniques include annotating the text, asking questions, or summarizing sections. And in after reading activities, this helps students reflect on and consolidate their understanding. Activities might include discussions, projects, or even writing assignments related to the text. Next one is use prediction making, jigsaw reading, matching or gap filling, reading comprehension, debates, and creative writing. In prediction making, it encourages students to anticipate content, which enhances engagement and critical thinking. While in jigsaw reading, it involves dividing text into sections, with each student or group responsible for one part, then sharing their findings. So this also promotes collaboration and comprehensive understanding. And in matching or gap filling, these activities focus on vocabulary and grammar, helping students practice language structures in context. Next, in reading comprehension, questions and tasks that ensure students understand the text, offering analytical and critical thinking skills. And in debates, it encourages students to articulate their thoughts and defend their viewpoints, in enhancing speaking and reasoning skills. And in creative writing, it allows students to express themselves and apply language skills creatively, offering imagination and linguistic proficiency. Next is lessons should be student-centered. When we talk about student-centered, lessons should focus on the needs of the students' abilities, interests, and learning styles. And this approach encourages active learning, also critical thinking, and student autonomy, making learning more personalized and effective. A resource which contributes to the student's personal growth. So resources that promote personal growth help students develop skills beyond academics, such as emotional intelligence, resilience, and social skills. So these resources support holistic development and prepare students for life beyond the classroom. Next is a resource for literary and linguistic development, and they should not be regarded as assessment material. So resources aimed at literary and linguistic development focus on enhancing students' macro skills like reading, writing, speaking, and listening skills. So this should be used to offer a love for language and literature rather than solely for assessment purposes. So it encourages genuine engagement and learning. For our conclusion, so in selecting appropriate books and reading materials in teaching literature, it involves understanding various factors directly related to students' aspect related to the teachers. So by focusing on these aspects, educators can create a more engaging and effective learning environment that supports students' personal and academic growth. Before I end my discussion, let me leave you a quote. Literature always anticipates life. It does not copy it, but molds it to its purpose. By Oscar Wilde. Meaning, literature doesn't reflect reality as it is. Instead, it shapes and influences life by presenting new ideas, perspectives, and possibilities. And the author believed that the literature has the power to transform and guide our understanding of the world, rather than merely imitating it. That would be the end of my discussion. I hope you learned something and have a good day.